Church versus Freemasonry, a critique.
Chapter 1. Being faithful to the book How to Respond to the Lodge, and following its original structure, we commence with its first chapter, which is labeled History of the Lodge. Its opening lines read,
Organizationally, lodgery began with modern Freemasonry in 1717 AD. Two clergymen, Dr. James Anderson, a Presbyterian, and Dr. John Theophilus de Sagulier, a French Huguenot turned Anglican, engaged others to form a select group. This inspired 4 London speculative lodges to come together and form the first Grand Lodge.
and continues,
In the absence of documentary evidence to link Freemasonry to any time prior to 1717 AD, those who claim a lengthy antiquity simply ignore the facts.
Our response. It is interesting that Reverend L. James Rongstad commences by mentioning 2 clergymen of Christian faith, Dr. James Anderson and Dr. John Theophilus de Saguliers, as being instrumental in the formation and organization of the first Grand Lodge. The former a writer and ordained minister in the Church of Scotland, the latter a French-born British natural philosopher, engineer and personal experimental assistant to renowned scientist Isaac Newton. It is truly impressive how Freemasonry has been for so long and so widely attractive, enticing and intriguing to countless distinguished men of high stature and elevated intellect. Also, quite telling is the fact that at the center of the formation of the very first Grand Lodge, we find 2 Christian brothers playing crucial roles in the cementing development and advancement of Freemasonry. Even in our lodges today, we have many brethren who are devoted followers of Christ, and they see no philosophical or theological conflict between our rituals and the church mandates. They perceive synergy, not dichotomy. Which leads me to ask some uncomfortable questions. Is the incompatibility between Freemasonry and church genuine or spurious? Was this antagonism falsely fabricated by those at the very top of the Christian and Catholic faith? And if so, why? When Reverend L. James Rongstad uses the words organizationally and modern along with the year 1717, he is clearly referring to the creation of the premier Grand Lodge of England, founded on the 24th of June on St. John the Baptist's Day. But this date is not, as the author concludes, the origin of Freemasonry. Grand Lodge is merely a head office, a bureaucratic edifice, not the beginning of our brotherhood. The formation of the very first Grand Lodge came as a result of the union of 4 pre-existing lodges, simply named after the pubs where they were accustomed to meet, the Goose and Gridiron Ale House in St. Paul's Churchyard. This lodge is now called Lodge of Antiquity No. 2, the Crown Ale House in Parker's Lane off Drury Lane, the Apple Tree Tavern in Charles Street, Covent Garden, lodge now called Lodge of Fortitude and Old Cumberland No. 12, and the Rummer and Grapes Tavern in Channel Row, Westminster, lodge now called Royal Somerset House, and Inverness, Lodge No. 4. Of these, the oldest was Lodge Antiquity No. 2, originally constituted in 1691 and said to have met by time immemorial constitution, having no warrant. Yet, the oldest verifiable lodge records in the world are found not in England, but in Scotland. These are Acheson's Haven. This lodge is no longer in existence, its meeting place no longer in the map, but it was somewhere in the county of Midlothian. Their record-keeping commenced in January 1599, followed by the still active Lodge Edinburgh Mary's Chapel No. 1 in July 1599, and St. Andrew's Lodge No. 25, said to have proof of renting a room in 1551. In this manner, we decisively refute the claim of Reverend L. James Wrongstad that there is no evidence proving the existence of Freemasonry before 1717, but there is more. The absence of written evidence does not refuse the possibility of prior existence. Also, most of our ancient brethren, the operative stonemasons, were illiterate and did not keep written records. For example, the first ever Scottish ritual committed to paper was the Edinburgh Register House manuscript in 1696, almost 100 years after the death of William Shaw, the King's Master of Works, who had demanded that stonemasons' lodges were to keep written records of all their meetings. How to respond to the lodge recognizes that
Freemasonry has had a great influence on the world, and that its teachings, rituals, customs, and practices, and its secrecy have had an inspirational effect on other similar groups such as the Moose, Eagles, Elks, and National Grange. All of them, by comparison, seem to be patterned after the Masonic Lodge.
Response. The Moose Fraternity, formerly the Loyal Order of Moose, is a fraternal and service organization founded in 1888 and headquartered in Mooseheart, Illinois. It supports the operation of Mooseheart Child City School, a community for children and teens in need, and Moose Haven, a retirement community for its members near Jacksonville, Florida. Fraternal Order of Eagles is a fraternal organization that was founded on February 6, 1898 in Seattle, Washington. It is an international non-profit organization which unites in the spirit of liberty, truth, justice, and equality to make human life more desirable by lessening its ills and by promoting peace, prosperity, gladness, and hope. The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks, commonly known as the Elks Lodge or simply the Elks, is an American fraternal order and charitable organization founded in 1868 in New York City. Is a nationwide brotherhood dedicated to community service, patriotism, and mutual aid. With over 750,000 members and over 1,700 local lodges, the Elks are known for philanthropic programs supporting veterans, youth scholarships, and disaster relief. The organization upholds 4 pillars: charity, justice, brotherly love, and fidelity. The National Grange, also known as the Grange and officially named the National Grange of the Order of Patrons of Husbandry, is a social organization in the United States that encourages families to band together to promote the economic and political well-being of the community and agriculture. I believe that the work which these organizations have done would have made our ancient operative brethren very happy, humbled, and satisfied that their original fraternity has evolved and extended to the point of giving birth and inspiration to several unrelated institutions whose actions, principles, and ideals are directed to the improvement of man in particular and the support of society at large. How to respond? Cites
Hertel's Holy Bible Masonic Edition claims 15 presidents have been Masons: Washington, Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, Jackson, Polk, Buchanan, Johnson, Garfield, McKinley, T. Roosevelt, Taft, Harding, F.D. Roosevelt, and Truman. Some think Pierce and Taylor were also in that number. Furthermore, it is claimed that Lincoln and Grant had proposed to become Masons, but death came to both of them before they took the vows.
Response. It is splendid that many of the most powerful men in the political life of North America have dedicated time to join our assemblies and found themselves compelled by its practices and customs. But the list of brilliant minds and respected personalities is much longer and not restricted to the field of politics or the boundaries of America. These include Duke Ellington, Oscar Wilde, Harry Houdini, Voltaire, Charles Lindbergh, Thurgood Marshall, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Jesse Jackson, Mark Twain, Nat King Cole, Douglas MacArthur, Sugar Ray Robinson, Willie Mays, Paul Revere, J. Edgar Hoover, Thomas Paine, Thomas Edison, Colonel Sanders, Ludwig van Beethoven, Winston Churchill, Gilbert Dumoutier, Marquis de Lafayette, Nathan Mayer Rothschild, Bernardo O'Higgins, Buzz Aldrin, Johann Christian Bach, Gustav Eiffel, Simon Bolivar, Albert Einstein, Sigmund Freud, José de San Martín, Steph Curry, Benito Juárez, José Martí, Antonio Maceo. I dare to say that any institution or organization would be honored to have on its roster men of this caliber. That is unquestionable. But then a provocative question arises. What has attracted all these powerful men to our noble fraternity? Finally, in this chapter, the book expounds.
Admittedly, the lodge had a Christian orientation and still uses much of the Bible's teachings, but as it evolved, it developed the concept of deism, a non-specific belief about who God is, a generalized view of deity.
My response. To become a Mason, the prospective candidate must, first and foremost, profess a belief in a supreme being, be it Buddha, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Jesus, Allah, or Yahweh, and as a necessary consequence have a profound respect for the corresponding holy book as the foundation stone of the religion he practices, be it the Sanskrit, the Shiva Purana, the Vedas, the Bible, the Quran, or the Torah. Hence, Freemasonry is not a religion, but it does gladly lends its altar to every religion, and as such does not impose or recommend any religious practice, denomination, or dogma to its members. Even more, when attending a Masonic meeting, each brother Mason is permitted and encouraged to bring the holy book of his religion of choice and place it on the lodge altar, each book side by side. In Christians' countries, the Holy Bible is always present. Freemasonry understands that there is but one God, and that each human being has his own personal and intimate relation with the Almighty, calling him according to the religion of his preference. Our fraternity respects each brother's choice without reticence or discrimination, for Freemasonry recognizes the singularity of God, regardless of geographical location, language, race, or creed.